You want the toy? You want the toy? Go get it! Seriously? She's like, it's too hot for that. Out here in the sun. But anyway, I'll bring it back to you. Here we go. Yeah. I'm here with you, and though we're far apart. Yeah, I mean, it's not that hot because we got a breeze going on. It's actually pretty nice. Maybe 79, 80. That's what it feels like anyway. Yeah, about 79, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Might be a little bit hotter out here in the sun, though. I tell you, out here in the sun area, yeah, it feels more like 83. Anyway, I'll stay over here so I don't lose signal. Try to control myself. I see a message come in. Hold on, I'm about to read it. Oh my goodness, not him, not the Akash. What's up, man? How you doing, Akash? How's it going, bro? Yeah, I'm just chilling. Just chilling like a villain. That's the Dylan. Akash.
The Wi-Fi here is not that strong.
Has it been? Oh, really? It's not that strong over here? Oh, okay. Well, I'll get right beside the Akash. All right. All right. Anything new, bro? Any new things to talk about with your life and everything? I'm trying to think if there's anything new. I mean, I think you're the one that brought up Iran and Trump. I don't even know what's going on over there. What are you doing nowadays? Yeah, I was trying to think of anything new with me, man. I'm trying to get back to Manila. Trying to get back in the city. And have a city life. Oh, man. I mean, I've been out here like over a year in this country, rural province life. And I mean, there's good things about it. You got the beach right here. The people are pretty cool, stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I grew up mostly city, so. There's Manila, coastal city too. Yeah, they got a bay. They call it like Manila Bay, I think is what they call it on this outside. And they even say they have a beach there, but a lot of people don't like it. You know, it's like a really small space, and it's not going to be anything like the beaches of Boracay and Palawan and all the other places out here, Puerto Galera and so forth. Yep. So it is right beside the water, but it's more about a view from a hotel kind of thing. It's not really a place that people really go and enjoy the beach at. And what else about Manila? Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Zakaria Azik, what about Morocco? What about that one? As far as the water for Morocco, I think there's water at the top of Morocco, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't been to Morocco, but I mean, I think it's the North Africa. So I believe at the very top, and like you could cross over to Spain. You know, I don't know if you know. Are you from Morocco? Maybe you know. I mean, do they have like boats that go from Morocco into Spain, or what? Let's see. Are you planning any other things in your life other than YouTube? Yeah, I mean, I've been working on the digital marketing. I've been working on that for a long time, and I need to get more focused on it because the last few days I've been sort of off of it. What else? Maybe looking at some other online opportunities to try to get some money, because I got to get some money to stay over here, man. I don't have any income coming in. You know, if I didn't have any kind of money at all, then Man, I'll be out on the streets. You're in Qatar? Okay, Qatar. I think I went to Qatar. By plane. I think I was there. We good. I think I went to, hold on, did I get to the airport? Actually, I was going to go to Qatar and I wound up going to Singapore instead. I had a ticket to go there to and then basically switch planes. I wasn't going to stay there, but I heard Qatar is really nice. How long you been living in Qatar, and how is it out there? I heard it's a nice place. I believe one of my friends is over there doing OFW, she's a Filipina, and she either is in Qatar or somewhere close to it. I think it's Qatar she went to. But anyway, how's life in Qatar? How long have you been there? Qatar, playing my guitar, just sitting here in Qatar. And Akash is over in India. 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 Let's see. So we got a birthday for Nicole Nelson. I think her last name's Nelson. I don't know if she's gonna pop in this live or not, but her birthday is in 2 hours. India is heaven. Yeah, right. I don't think you'd believe that. No, you don't, Akash. You want to be Amish. You want to go to USA and become Amish. I know you do. Don't even try to hide it. You want to take care of the horses. Now, you live in the big city part, right, Akash? You guys, everybody in here, y'all live in the big city, or y'all live out in the middle of nowhere? Or a small city or whatever. Indian Amish. Yeah. Where's everybody live? Country, beach? Is she screaming at me? Do you believe in life after love, love, love? Akash says it would be cool to have a horse. You're in the big city, I think. Like crazy city life. You can hear a bunch of noise. I was gonna say something crazy, but I better not. Anyway, riding a horse. It would be cool to have a horse, riding a horse. Yeah, you could be like Zorro, bro. You know Zorro? Or the Lone Ranger. You know them too? Zorro and Lone Ranger? Yeah, it's a city life. That's what I figured. I mean, for me, I think the life I like to have is a small city. Personally, that's my favorite. Nothing too big, nothing too little. Just small city life. With some green stuff, some nature in it, I mean, I like Manila, but a lot of it's no nature. But over in Ortigas, you feel like you get some nature over there, and that's why I like Pasig, Ortigas area the best, because at least they have some trees, they got some shade. You feel like you're not stuck on a bunch of concrete everywhere, It's wild though how we're born and we just live wherever we live. If you're, say, Akash, he was born in India. I was gonna make something crazy up, but anyway, we're all just born whatever we are. I mean, the thing is, if he was born a Filipino, then he would probably be Catholic, because everybody's Catholic, right? The community. But if he's born India, then it's probably be Hindi, his religion. It's sometimes I think about, what if this person, let's say this white guy, was born, we're all just as people, but we become something totally different when we get born, you know? And it's like we just adopt whatever we are kind of stuff, you know? It's weird. Yeah, they have tons of beautiful malls in Manila, man. Tons of beautiful malls. Is one. On my channel, Estancia Mall. I got a video about that one. Estancia Mall. Yeah, that way you can see what the malls look like. That's one of them. But yeah, they got a lot of nice malls. And I think I got another mall video too. Were you about to say something about Curry? No, not really. Stephon Curry, the basketball player. Is that who you're talking about? Or curry chicken man. Are you talking about the curry chicken? Yeah. Okay, we can talk about curry. Yeah. Let's say you're born in freaking England. You're probably going to be drinking tea, but curry. That would be an interesting video. You know, what it means to be Indian and have a bunch of stuff like what you're talking about. Call center. Hello. Man, they probably give those call center a hard time, those Americans. They're like, I can't, especially the older ones. I can't understand you. What the heck are you saying? You know? Why English hate spices. Did you ever tell me what your did you ever tell me what your parents did do for a living? My gosh, it's loud siren. That's the beautiful sound of India. It's loud siren in traffic. Yeah. Anybody want to share what your parents do? I'll tell you what mine do. Let's see, why English hate spices. Dude, I love it. I love spices. I love Mexican food. It's like my second favorite after Japanese. I haven't had enough in because I love the other food so much. I keep eating it, you know what I mean? I keep eating my bacon. I keep eating my burgers. I keep eating my pizza. I keep eating my Japanese and Mexican and Chinese and stuff like that. So I never do ever try the other stuff out. I wish I could. I wish maybe if someone was here and they knew how to cook it and they could just surprise me one day and like, guess what we got today? You know? Akash says, my father is retired, mother passed away. Sorry to hear about your mom. Yeah, I think about that sometimes. You know, my parents are still alive, and sometimes I wonder how I would feel, you know, if they pass. You know, and I mean, it's possible. It's very possible that they could live longer than me. Of course, they already have lived longer than me. But anyway. Let's see. So your father's retired. What did he do? What kind of work? What kind of work did they do? I'm guessing your mom was stay at home. Or maybe you shouldn't say. Maybe he's a private investigator or something you think about. I don't know. Anyway. 6 years ago, that's a long time, man. You were probably in college back then. Or, well, maybe you just finished college. What'd you go to school for? Engineer? Engineer. See how I assumed you went to school for engineer? Oh man, that's so bad. Because he's from India, you know? No. What'd you go to school for? Let's see. He worked in a BP. Oh, okay. He was in a call center too. I guess that's what y'all call it there, BPO. Medical coding. Mom stayed at home. Yeah, he did some good stuff then, right? So you guys are I guess you guys doing pretty good, you know, on the financial aspect. Not rich, but not poor, but doing, you know, doing okay. For me, I'll tell you what my parents did. Well, both of them worked in a factory. And my mom worked in a factory, man, like about 30 years or something like that. 30 plus years. And now she's a caretaker. Or caretaker, is that what it is? She takes care of people. Caregiver, not a caretaker. Caregiver, yeah. She's a caregiver now. And both of my parents are in their 70s. So she's a caregiver. And then my dad, he has some property and he takes care of the property. 7 days a week. Am I right, Akash? Y'all are pretty good. Y'all not poor, not rich, but yeah, pretty good. Or maybe y'all are rich. I don't know. Yeah. Anybody else want to share what your parents do? Wow. Probably I bet you're doing a wow on the story about my parents being in their 70s and still working full time. That's probably what your wow is about. Yeah, that's pretty. I think about that. I'm like, it's pretty interesting. I mean, how many people's parents were getting their 70s and work full time? And as my mom is a caregiver, I mean, they both work. They both work over 50 hours a week, probably 60 hours a week. So when you think about that, when you think about that, basically, I'm the lazy bum in the family. Let's see. Kit Calderon said hello. What's up? How you doing? Akash says, wait, I'm eating. It's hard to type. I'll be back. Oh, he must be having curry right now. He's eating the curry. That's why he was talking about the curry. Japanese wasabi sauce. That stuff's, woo, it's off the chain. But I was hanging out with Bama, and we were eating salmon, not cooked salmon, with some wasabi. That was good. What other spicy? Oh, Bojangles chicken over in North Carolina. Yeah, fried chicken, spicy. Popeye too. And other spicy. Man, any kind of Mexican food with hot sauce on it. Nachos with hot salsa. Oh my gosh. You know, Mexico's in trouble, but maybe I just cross the border and get some authentic Mexican. No, I'm joking. No, we have plenty of authentic Mexican in the U.S., you know, over California and everything. Trying to think any other spicy stuff. My favorite food in the world is arepa. And I doubt anybody watching this knows what arepa is. Anybody know arepa? I'll tell you where it's from. The great country of Venezuela. Yeah, that's where it originated. But yeah, all over like South America, you know, you can get South America, you can get the empanadas, arepas, plantains. Y'all might have those in India, Akash, plantains. Man, my lives have been slow today. This is actually the second one I've done today. Cussing like crazy. You can see some degeneracy going on. People love degeneracy. Anyway. So, but at least I have 3 people, 3 likes. So it's like at least 3 loyal kind of things going on, you know? So I should be able to like support my people that show up. Hey, Cal. Ooh, that's a good question. I'm gonna pop this question into the board here, see if we can get some answers on it. Which one would you do? I know what I would do, but I like to see what other people, I don't want to influence my answer with everybody else's answer. Akash, hurry up, eating man. Man, it's starting to get hot today, guys. I might have to walk a little bit, try to get some breeze. We do have some breeze up in here from the wind, but The sun is shining bright. What are we buying? It's a good question, Joe Pa. Just depends, right? Let's say a car. Would you buy it new or used? Car, truck, vehicle. You know, I used to go down to where you were from. Joe always says always new. Yeah, where you're from over there. Well, where you were staying over there, Havelock. Yeah, I used to go over there to Havelock because for a brief period of time, I was doing what they call. I was working for this company that did second mortgages, you know, people that wanted to refinance. Yeah, refinance. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a very brief period of time. I just needed a job and I took it. And they had me traveling all over freaking North Carolina, man. And meeting with these people and paperwork and all that stuff. And yeah, we went out there quite a bit. Yeah, I'm glad I got out of that. Yeah, I'm not. You know, I actually had to refinance. I had to use that company, and I think they sort of ripped me off, to be honest with you, when I used them, because there were some charges in it that I didn't know about, basically. So, but going back to the story, when I was out there, I met with Marines, you know, that were to refinance. I didn't spend much time out there. I was usually somewhere else, like Fayetteville. And I remember this one dude, man. He's like wanting to hang out and me stay there and drink beer with him the whole day while I'm supposed to be working. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff you get into when you do that kind of work. Be hanging out with people drinking beer. So you quit smoking. Congratulations, Joe Pa. I think you said 7 years ago. Might have been longer than that. What about drinking? Are you still? I know you had to drink in the Marines, so I know you can't say I never started. Joe Pa says rebates. Oh yeah. You know, my dad, he does this kind of thing. He loves to buy a new vehicle, get the rebates, low interest rates, longer terms, factory warranty, lemon law protection, clean Carfax, no hidden issues. Now, the clean Carfax, if it's brand new, I don't think you would even need a Carfax. I mean, whenever you buy brand new, do you know, maybe buy it where it's like, I don't know, been driven any at all to create a Carfax? I guess it would just say, hey, it's never been used, I guess, on the Carfax. Because I know, what's his name, Clark Howard, the finance dude, he says, buy a car and buy it a little bit used, like maybe 6 months or something. I don't know. I mean, maybe a year. But yeah, you have the same thought as my father. Personally, I'm actually opposite. I got really old stuff. Yeah, I've got an old pickup truck. It's a Ford Ranger. An old Ford Ranger back home. And the reason I like that is because I have no payments. I just pay for it and don't have the payments. I did have the payments in the beginning. I paid it off really quick though. You know, it was small payments, paid it off really quick. And I just got the best deal I could. You know, low mileage, stuff like that. You know, of course, being used is going to have mileage. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it only had like 10,000. Actually, I think it was about 20,000 miles when I bought it, I believe. Something like that. maybe 25,000. Anyway, it wasn't that bad. It was a great price. Really wanted a Toyota Tacoma, but they cost more, so I went with a Ford Ranger instead. Akash, you're still eating, man? So let's see what things. Hey, why do I keep hitting this stupid wire? See what things look like. Joe Pa, this is gonna be your first visit. I think you said you're coming in April. That's gonna be your first visit to the Philippines. You know, like what countries have you been to so far? Since we're in the military. Yeah. Let's see, Carrie. Yeah, that's Carrie. What's up, country kind of crazy Carrie? How you doing? Hello, beautiful people. That's so wonderful. She must be high. Hello, how you doing? Carrie, good to see you. Joe Pa says, I'm gonna sit down for a while so I don't lose signal. Joe Pa says, 70 days ago. Oh, I thought it was 7 years ago. Okay, 70 days ago. Okay. I read it too fast last time. Just flashed through it. 70 days ago. Okay. Yeah, live in New Mexico for 13 years. Yeah, we got a guy named Ozzy. He comes in sometimes. I was about to say New Hampshire because that's where he's from. But you've been in New Mexico for 13 years, and I've been drunk once here, and that was 3 years ago. I'm the same way, man. I hardly ever drink. Hardly had a drink since. Same, yeah. First visit to the Philippines was 30 days leave back in 1986. Whoa. Yeah, I bet it's changed a lot since then. Where'd you go to? Manila? Angeles City? Oh yeah, you said Angeles City. You said you were talking about the Angeles City earlier, so you're probably over there, military and stuff, around the military. All right, come on, dog, stop hitting me with your nose. Carrie says, I'm always high. I live life. Cash, hey, will you stop? And Joe Pa says, I bar find the great grandmothers of the girls. Ace is bar finding now. Hold on now. You know, as far as over here in the Philippines, I've never done a bar at all. I've never done any kind of bar stuff in the Philippines. But back in my 20s, I used to go to Korea, Seoul, Korea, and go to those bars. That was a long time ago, 50 years ago. Or no, 30 years ago, 30 years ago. And I'm trying to remember here. And also used to go to the bars down in Fayetteville, too, North Carolina. Bar find the great grandmothers of the girls. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. That's funny. Joe Pa says, Angeles and Olongapo, first time I was there, I was 21. That's how I was in Seoul. Actually, in Seoul, I was only 18, 19. Yeah, I left Seoul when I was 19 years old. And I remember walking by the beer vending machine. I know Carrie was talking about that cigarette vending machine. We had beer vending machines. Hey. This dog is bugging me. Akash says, back in the days, you were a playboy. Yeah, what about first vehicle you ever had, man? I'm telling you, the first vehicle I had when I joined the military, because that's when I actually got a nice one. But when I was a kid, I actually bought a car for $100. It didn't last long. It was really beat up. Couldn't even open the door to get inside of it. had to go through the window or go to the other side to get in there. But whenever I got in the military, I was like, yes, I got a paycheck, a stable paycheck. And so I was like, I'm gonna get me a sportsy car. I didn't get the coolest car, but it was a beautiful bright red car. And it was sporty, but I could have done a lot better. I should have done a lot better. It wasn't the muscle car or anything like that. It was just a Dodge Daytona. That right there told you I was getting married early. Wasn't the cool single guy like Ace Bachelor cool. Anyway, let's see. Joe Pa says Court Street in Jacksonville. I've been to Jacksonville. I had to do some training out there, but I don't really know much about the streets or anything. Oh, but that's where the bars are, I guess. Yeah, all the bars I went to was in Fayetteville, Hay Street. You probably know Hay Street. Well, I don't know if you do or not, because that's usually Army people. Country Kind of Crazy says, I've only been in 2 bars in my life, and one of those were strictly to watch a band. Which, was it a popular band? Band we know? Probably not, since you didn't put it. Akash and Joe Pa says, I thought I was a playboy, but I wasn't. I was just a guy with a bunch of pesos in my pocket. The exchange rate was $24. Oh, you're talking about Philippines? Well, I think of pesos. I first think of Mexico, actually. But if it's Philippines, yeah, we're now like 50, 58 pesos for $1. So yeah, you get a lot better deal here. It's probably Philippines, because someone came in and they said 2013 Philippines used to be a lot stronger financially. Used to be a very strong country. Anyway, I don't know a lot of the history about Philippines. I probably should know that, since I do channel and everything. Probably need to learn some of that. I'm going to try to do another video on the words, different terms, Tagalog. I did one. It's been a while though. Try to do another one of those, because I don't know, people watch that for some reason. Country Kind of Crazy says Nashville bar country band. Oh, you know what? I was in Nashville. They have some nice bars there. I did go in one, but I think it was just to look at it, actually. I don't remember staying in there. I think I just wanted to walk in and check it out. Yeah, those are nice. Nice, updated looking bars, at least the last time I was there. Which has been, how long has it been? Maybe, it's been a while. It's been at least 5 years, maybe 8 years, maybe. 8 years ago, 8 years ago. Too long to remember who. Joe Pa, I know, it's hard to remember things, man. You go through so much in life, especially when you're high. I'll pick on you. Like I pick on Akash. Joe Pa says, bar fine was $12 first time I was there. I would never pay one now, but I'm sure it's much more. Yeah, I would think so, man. I would think so. But maybe I need to do a video about that, because I tell people I have no interest of going in those kind of bars. But, some people do. And that's one reason I did Angeles City, because I spent some time there on the Red Street and did some filming. Because I know there are a lot of people that are into it, So that's why I did it. I mean, you gotta there's some people that are going to be into the mountains, some to the beach, some to that, so trying to help everybody that wants to come to the Philippines. But Akash says, make Philippines great again. That's why I'm here, bro. That's why I'm here. And I think Carrie's trying to come one day. I don't know when she's coming. I hope she does. I hope she makes it. And my man Joe Pa, I think he's coming April, I believe is what he told me. And then we got Ozzy. He keeps talking about it, but he's late. He's very late. Who else was talking about coming? I don't know. I can't remember everybody. Unless they're in here, I can remember them. Akash says, Mike, contest in the local elections. Dude, I'm not doing no freaking... No, I'm not running for any kind of political crap. But I got a friend, man, here that I'm like, he would make a good mayor. Because he's making jerseys and putting his face on them. He's a foreign American guy, and people are wanting his jersey and his face. That's how they treat us, bro. They treat us like we're freaking, some kind of famous actor or some crap. And probably do the same thing with the Koreans too. Koreans big over here too. Yeah, they're watching Korean dramas a lot too. Anybody want to guess what famous person that I've been told I look like? I'll sit still for a second. I've heard some Goofy, and I've heard some... You can say whatever you want, You say Goofy somebody, or you could say just whoever. I'll just see if anybody can guess, because, yeah, some people have told me I look like different famous people. Do they eat dogs over there? Yeah. Yeah, it's illegal. It's illegal, and you will not really see it in the places I go to normally. But up north, the tribes and stuff up there eat dogs, even though it's still illegal. I've never seen it in person happen. But I did have a taxi driver talk about it one day, and he was telling me, he asked me if I ever had it. And I said, no, I haven't had it. Maybe I should do that as a challenge. I don't know. I might go to jail for that, though. Yep. Adam Sandler was correct. Jeffrey Epstein, no. But Adam Sandler, you're right, bro. Not Jeffrey Epstein. Thank goodness. I'd rather be Adam Sandler than Jeffrey Epstein. That's one of them, but there's more. We would do everybody in the house, but we don't have all y'all's faces up here. But if anybody wants to go on live with me, let me know ahead of time, because we can do that. We can do 2 people at one time on here. Some of the apps you can do more than 2 people, but I don't pay for those apps. So. And I have to set it up ahead of time, though. That's the thing about it. I can't automatically do it. In this, the ones that you pay for, you can automatically do it. Let's see. Joe Pa says, you look just like the warden from Shawshank Redemption. Am I looking that bad now? I like that guy. He was a bad guy. I like all those characters, man. All those characters. Yeah, especially the one that said, I forgot to put water on the sponge. That was a great movie, man. Favorite movie. Let's see, a little bit like Jack Nicholson. Jack's a cool dude. I need to put sunglasses on to be Jack, though. Maybe I should start doing that, wearing some sunglasses. I used to have some good glasses, but they got messed up. They were prescription. These are reading glasses. I have to get those prescriptions ones fixed. And what they did was, when the sun, they do that darking, forgot what you call it. But yeah, they turn into sunglasses basically. Those are nice. Nothing related to Nicholson. A little bit like Jeffrey Up. All right. Oshkosh, calm down. You're acting too much Indian. Jack Nicholson, you know, I was hoping someone would say, because my favorite one that I like is Bruce Willis, Mr. Die Hard. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it's closer to Adam Sandler. But there is one more person that this girl in the military told me. And I think she's right, actually, the other person. I'm a Nicholson. Nicholson? What are you talking about? I'm a Nicholson. Oh, is that your last name? Mary Nicholson? Oh, okay. I think Akash doesn't want me. He probably admires Jack Nicholson. And he probably is like, no, I don't want Mike to be like him. I like him too much. But personally, I like Jack Nicholson. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. I think he gets the ladies too, don't he? But Adam Sandler, he's a funny dude. Akash says, yeah, I like Bruce Willis, but not the younger one after he's old. Oh, bro. The younger one, he was cool. Hey, maybe you don't know this. A lot of people don't know it. He's an awesome singer. I mean, I don't know if he sings anymore, but yeah. And it's on YouTube. You can watch him sing on YouTube. Yep. And he sings stuff like Under the Boardwalk. He sings better than me. Down by the sea. On a blanket with my baby is where I'll be. Boom, 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 boom. And he's got some soul to him. He sings some soul music and all that kind of stuff. He's a really cool guy. He started at the bottom in Hollywood. He was like, he'd be the guy that run around and get drinks and stuff for the rich and famous. He was, I don't know what they call that. I forgot what they call it, but yeah, he was the bottom of the barrel kind of guy. And then when he did Moonlighting, that's when I started liking his acting. He started on Moonlighting, and he was a detective in that. It's an old TV show. Let's see. Jack Nicholson is a great actor. Yeah, he's awesome. Country kind from Western Pennsylvania. No, she's from Kentucky. Yeah, Carrie. Her name's Carrie. Yeah, she's from Kentucky. And we got a guy named Waylon that comes in, not much because he's always busy, but he's from Kentucky too. He's a young guy. He was named after Waylon Jennings. Hey, let's talk about your daddy. Tell me how your mama loved that man. I think Akash, what are you into? Indian rap? How's Bama's store going? Well, you know, Bama, I'll tell everybody else in here, Bama's another foreigner over here. He's from Alabama. He's a cool cat. I did a video interviewing him and his wife. And I stayed with them for a little bit, for like about 5 days, I think it was. I went over there and hung out with him. And yeah, he likes the drinks. And then after that, went to Angeles City. But I drank a lot more with Bama than I did Angeles. But because in Angeles, I didn't really drink anything at all. But yeah, that's where people go party. Joe Pa says, I should have went out and had at least one red horse though, man. hang out with some of those foreigners. Joe Pa says lots and lots of Nicholsons and but you asked about how the store was going. I'm sorry. I haven't. He's been pretty quiet lately. He's going through something. I'm not sure exactly. He hasn't really talked to me much about it, and really hasn't been talking to me much about things. But we still talk a little bit, and he's still friendly. You know, he's still a good guy, still a nice guy. And yeah, I just probably have to reach out to him again to talk to him though. Bama, if you want to watch the interview on my channel, I'm with him and his wife. It's called U.S. Expat something here in the Philippines, 5 years. Yeah, but that's Bama in the video, and his wife is in the video with him. And he's from Alabama. His real name's Larry, but he goes by Bama. Let's see, lots and lots of Nicholsons in Western Pennsylvania. I was friends with so many who weren't even related to each other. Oh, okay. That's wild, man. Not even related. So, is that where he's from? Jack Nicholson? I don't know. I don't know where he was born. Was it Pennsylvania? Maybe. We could do that. Hey, Akash, what are some of your favorite American actors? Or do you prefer Indian actors? She sent me a message. Let me see what she said. I hate to click on it. See what my girlfriend is trying to say to me. Oh. She's not even here. I don't know where the heck she went. Carrie says, why would anyone want to go there, buy property to put it in someone else's name? They leave you and take everything. Just doesn't sound fair. Let me think. I would, if, I probably wouldn't buy property, unless you really feel like everything's perfect with that person. Instead, I would say, get something like an apartment or a condo if you're going to buy anything at all. I mean, I've done a video of a place over here that's only about $120, and I've done another video that's about $400, a little bit over $400. I put $450 on it, but it was really close to $400. And it included utilities, and it was furnished and everything. I just put that one out the other day. But personally, I like the whole idea of not buying anything, not being tied down, and staying in hotels for like 20, how much are they? Yeah, about $20. Some of them are about 25. Yeah, we'll say $20 to $25. So for about $22, let's say. I was just like, stay in hotels for about $22, maybe stay in an apartment for about a month or whatever. I like being able to travel, move around, and go different places, personally, instead of the buying thing. Do Airbnb. I mean, there's a lot of places you can get here and rent really cheap. I was looking at some places today that were, how much were they? They were about $200-300 a month. Yeah, about $300 a month. Some were $200 a month, yeah. But I do have that one that's only close to $100. It's not a super nice place. Of course, the lower you pay, the less of a nice place you're going to get. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you really, 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 really have to trust the person if you're going to do that kind of thing. Another idea here, though, is rent land. You could rent the land, build your place. I would only be worried about what if they jack the price up on you, though. Someone told me over in the U.S. that they are renting some land to put their trailer on. It's like what do they call those trailer park lots. Yeah, one of those trailer park lots, and paying $500 a month just for that little bit of land in Florida. Eve is missing. Yeah. So yeah, for $500 a month, I mean you could rent like 3 apartments here for that. You know, instead of that little piece of land. But, everybody's going to be totally different, right? Joe Pa, he probably wants something very comfortable. My friend, one of my friends over here, he built a house and it was very, very nice for $50,000. Very nice house. And his wife, they had the property. They owned the property. So maybe you could do that. Maybe you could find somebody that already has property that you don't have to buy and build some kind of place on it. Get into a relationship with somebody and trying to think. Now, would you need to trust them? I think you still need to trust them, though. But at least that would lower the cost. You wouldn't have to pay for the land. I don't know. I'm trying to think of things. But personally, I wouldn't do. I'm not into the buying stuff. But you can, like I said, you can buy an apartment, you can buy a condo, that kind of stuff. And I'm not a legal advisor either, so I'm not giving legal advice. Trailer lots in Florida can go as high as $1,500 a month. Don't surprise me. I mean, some people are going to try to get the cheapest deal, and $500 is probably the cheapest deal. Yeah, so it doesn't surprise me. It's amazing that you can go into the nicest city here, the nicest area here in the Philippines, city-wise, and get a really nice condo for $800, because I know that sounds sort of high, but when you're in the very nicest area and it's like super nice, you can get one probably $700, $800 a month. And then go over to like England or these other places like New York City or LA, and they're paying like, for that same kind of place, they'll probably be paying like $4,000 or more. So I would much rather live in that area because it's really safe, very, very, very safe, very clean, and very nice. It's a very nice area. Now, that's if I'm going, high-end city life, But, everybody's different. Some people want to live out in the country. I want to live out in the mountains. I want to live in the mountains inside of a city called Baguio. And I'm looking at some apartments up there right now that, how much are those? Trying to remember the different ones I looked at. I think they were about $300 to $400 a month, something like that. Nice city area. Yeah, somewhere between 300 and 400. Country Kind of Crazy says, I'll stick to a condo. I don't trust anyone when money is involved. And would you buy new or used? Like my thing up here says. Personally, I mean, if you got plenty of money, if you don't have anything to worry about, I mean, go new. But personally, I'm the kind of guy that usually buys everything used. Joe Pa, I think are you retired military, man? From the Marines? Did you do, if you're in here, I don't know if he's still in here. But I think he's retired military now. In that kind of situation, I'd probably, just get something nice and new. Yeah. Yeah, it just depends on, how much bank, how big of a baller you are, you know what I mean? But yeah, I usually, and plus I like simple life anyway. So I drive my simple old truck that I have back in the U.S. I don't drive it now because I'm over here. But it's an old truck, 2000 and shoot, I think it's 2004, I believe. Don't forgot, it's been so long since I've been in it. Yes, 2 government pensions. Yeah, I mean, if you're a big baller like you can handle it, then I would, man, get one of them nice new places. I don't know if you've seen them, Joe Pa. I mean, I got the videos of them up in BGC, those condos. Those are beautiful. It's a beautiful area, and it's a perfect place. So it's just a great place. I don't know if you've even been to BGC, but I got videos of BGC as far as going through town and city and how it looks and everything. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask. Let's see. Carrie says, how much is it to purchase a nice condo outright? A lot of them come out to, you have to convert this number. I don't know how much it would be converted. I think it's about 200,000, I believe, for a new one. But anyway, they come out to, I think it's 2 million. Or maybe it's 100,000. Maybe it's 100,000. Anyway, you take 2 million and divide that by, I don't have a calculator here, and I don't want to like ruin this live, but take that 2 million and divide it by 58, and that will give you how many US dollars it is. A lot of them cost that much, about 2 million. You could probably get a used one for half that. Joe Pa says, I'm 60 and fully retired. The wife still want to work 4 more years. Oh, man. She's a male lady. She was a Marine, too. Whoa. We met in Japan. She Japanese, bro? Congratulations. Or oh, no, she's probably American. She was over there, too, and y'all met each other. Well, anyway, I was going to say that sucks wanting, 4 more years, but, everybody's different, Some people want to be in the U.S., for different reasons, and I don't blame them, Maybe grandkids or whatever, family stuff, I can understand it. I don't have any brothers or sisters. My kid's grown up. I've been trying to get her to come over here. My mom, I've been trying to get her to come over here because she always throws away her money, and I could help her, not do that if she came over here. And then my dad, he's doing his thing. He's set up, and he has no desire to even get on a plane and go anywhere. He's happy with what he does. And he doesn't have anything to worry about. He's got a younger girlfriend. But yeah, that's what you do. I'd say between, if you want from low end to high end, 1 million to 3 million, divide that by 58, and you should be able to figure it out. 1 million to 3 million. I want to be a snowbird, U.S. in the summer and over there in the winter months. Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of people that do that. We have a lot of empty condos, and that's one reason you can rent them so cheap out here. Is because these people the Filipinos will go to other countries and work, and they'll buy a condo because they got the money to, because of the work they do. And they won't be in it, so they'll rent them out. So yeah, it just depends on you. You might want to just rent a while. Get on Airbnb and rent some places for a while. That way, you'll be able to see if you like this area, if you like the Philippines, if you like and what you like about things here as far as the condos. You need to be able to see the difference in a condo here and a condo in the US. There's some differences and different things. Some, you know, but it's not a huge difference, though, now that I think about it. But anyway, it'll give you an idea of everything. Thank you, I appreciate that. 2 million is 30. Hold on, is that 35,000 pesos? The wife is younger than me and wants to have 40 years with the military and post office service. Wow. It's a higher pension. It's only 35,000? I was thinking it was a lot more. I wish my girlfriend was here. She could probably remember exactly better than me. But yeah, I do think it's going to be a little bit hard to find one that's 1 million. I think a lot of them or most of them are going to be about around 2 to 3 million. So if it's only 35,000, that's going to be a very low end. And then you go 70,000 and then over 100,000. So that's a lot less than I thought. You know what? Maybe there is some more that I looked at that were 4 or 5 million, probably over there in BGC. When I was hanging out with the sales manager, I think some of those were about 5 million. So it really just depends. I have a home that's paid off here and want to invest in something I can own there. Okay. Well, how nice do you want it to be is the question, you know? Because you can probably get something between 1 to 5 million. If you want the super nice, then the super nice, and like in BGC, then those probably are $5 million over there. Then I only have to pay airfare to go back and forth. 18 million in BGC. Oh my goodness, it's higher than I thought. Yeah, I'm bad at remembering those numbers. I'll always have to look back at whatever. You know, you could go to the videos because they put the prices. The sales manager, when I did the video, he went over the price of the place, and I don't remember. I mean, maybe it was 15 million. And I thought it was 5 million. Maybe that one he showed me was 15 million. I don't know. I can't remember. I have to go back and look at the videos. I always ask my girlfriend because I can never remember stuff. I'm better at rent because I look at rent a lot. Matter of fact, I was looking at that this morning. And one of the nicest places was over in BGC that was for rent. And I remember that was 200,000 pesos a month. That's the highest price I've seen for rent. And then I've seen rent be $20 a month, you know, and that's not a condo though. I'm talking about, that's a squatter room. You know, so you could go from a squatter room, living in a squatter area, you know, probably have rats. And, you know, I know you guys don't want this, but I know people that live in these squatter rooms. And like all they can do is climb a little ladder and get inside of a little section and go to sleep. And they pay, and this one person I was visiting, hanging out with in the squatter area was paying $20 a month for that. So yeah, you can go from that $20 a month all the way up to super high, probably over 20 million. I can make any place nice with some paint and updates. Okay, yeah, that's what it just depends on. It depends on what you want to do. Probably something that you want to do is probably going to be close to 2 or 3 million is what I think. 6 million in BGC. Yeah, I remember looking at a studio in the video. We did a studio too, and maybe that was a 5 million pesos. But guys, if y'all want to know the prices exactly, go to that video, you know, and you can see what it looks like too. We call that a prison cell in the USA. Well, dude, that's like me, man. I'm living in a prison cell then. And you know, you're talking about Matt. I think he's a similar situation, I believe. But I'm happy with the studio, to be honest with you. But everybody's different, you know. I know I've got an aunt and her husband. They have a big old house, and it's just the two of them in it. Actually, yeah, just the two of them in it. They did have their daughter in it, but I think she finally moved out. And they have a big old house, you know. Some people like a lot of room. My dad likes a lot of room. He's in a big house, and he lives by himself. He's got a girlfriend, but he lives by himself. My place looks big. Oh, this isn't my place. Did you think this was my place, Joe Pa? Where I'm at now? No, this isn't my place. This is bigger here. No, I'm just in one single room. That's all I have, and use the bathroom. Yeah, no, this is girlfriend's sister. Because the Wi-Fi works better here than it does there. That's why I left where we're staying at and come over here to use the Wi-Fi. Let's see. Studio would have been fine for me too. Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, I'm cool with studio. I can tell you this. I mean, you can find a studio condo for about a nice studio condo for about $400 to $500 a month rent. You know, if you were to rent one. And we're not talking about BGC. No, I'm talking about Cebu. I'm talking about Cebu. I'm talking about like Quezon City, those kind of places. Where's Eve? Yeah. Yeah, I used to be able to do some lives over there. I do a lot of videos over there. But the internet is just horrible, and I was like, I got to figure out something else. Even trying to get signal out here on a regular cell phone, it's not that good. So that's why I use the Wi-Fi over here. Cebu is supposed to be nice. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, how much are condos to buy one? You don't remember?
Depends on the location and the size.
Yeah, I think you can get them as cheap as 1 million, I believe, pesos. 1 million pesos, and I thought we saw some that were like 2 to 3 million, but BGC was like 5 and up, I guess. Anyway, I also did a real estate video that went over these prices. I had it all written down and I went over it, but it needs to be structured better. I want to do a new video that is cleaner, because that one was it gave a lot of information, but it was not organized. It was, yeah, I have to slap myself for that. Anyway, Cebu is supposed to be nice. Yeah, I stayed in Cebu, and it's nice. It is nice. A lot of foreigners go there. I mean, I could give you a bunch of nice places though. I could get Baguio, nice. Ortigas, nice. Siargao, a lot of foreigners go there. They say it's nice. I haven't been to it. BGC, Tagaytay. I mean, there's a lot of nice places. I could give you probably a list of 20 places or 30 places. I don't know. Anyway, on the Starlink thing, yeah, I can't afford it. I wish I could, Carrie. That is an answer for me. That would be great for me to do, but I can't afford it. Anyway, So we're going to close this down. It's been over an hour. So thank you guys for coming in, but Starlink will be the way to go. They are working on getting a better cell phone signal because they're working with Starlink. Actually, this is brand new news. So the Starlink will be working with Globe phone network, where people are going to be able to not lose their data, like I do all the time.
The new satellite thing?
Yeah, it's going to be hooked up with the satellite. Let's see. Joe Pa says, my best friend here in New Mexico is married to a Filipina here. They are buying a lot of land in Lapu-Lapu. Yep, that's my first place I went to, Lapu-Lapu. She has a Filipino food truck here, which is Cebu. It's Cebu. It's just on the other side. That's where the airport is. She has a Filipino food truck here. She's a sales manager. Wow, that's awesome, bro. Porsche, Audi, and this Mercedes. And you can buy all those here in the Philippines. People say it's a third world country. Actually, honestly, I think U.S. is more of a third world country. Because here's the thing. Think about this. The amount of debt that a Filipino has, the amount of debt they have, average is about $600. In the U.S., average amount of debt is $60,000. Now, on the flip side of the coin, the average American has a lot of stuff, though, but they don't have all that debt. They don't have $60,000 worth of debt. They have $600 worth of debt. It's the average. And to me, if you got that debt, it's like you're poor. That's just how I feel. So, anyway, let's see. Carrie says anywhere where there is a lot of foreigners, prices are always higher. Yeah, when I was over there was a studio I looked at, and it was brand new, and I was going to rent that place. It was only 20,000 pesos, which is about maybe $375 a month. It was a great location. It was near the mall. It was a beautiful area, and everything. I mean, it was the perfect place. They had gym there, they had different things, amenities and so forth. It was fantastic. But, like you just said, foreigners have been going and going and going there, so that $375 condo might be $500 or more. I don't know. I don't know anymore because that was like 3 years ago. I don't know. Maybe it's only $400. But anyway, I'm not a huge fan of Cebu. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong; it's a nice place, but to me, I'd rather be somewhere else. For one thing, I'd rather be somewhere where it has better weather. Thank you for the coffee, babe. So anyway, all right, guys. Thank you guys for popping in. And tomorrow I gotta. Either tonight or it'll be tomorrow. I gotta say happy birthday to Nicole. I didn't know if I was gonna see her tonight or not. Thank you guys. Y'all have a great nighttime over there in the U.S. All right, countdown. 3, 2, 1. Peace. And I'll be working on another video here soon for prices that be more organized than that last one I did.